Hello, I'm Chris Stoltz. I'm Professor of Practice in Engineering at Trobe University, and I'd like to welcome you to this presentation. We are standing here in the new Trobe University Engineering and Technology building in Bendigo, and I thought I'd use that as an example to explain a little bit about what engineering is. Often when you see a new building start, it starts with a big hole in the ground. Well, that's not just to park cars in, that's so you can find something solid to support the building. And we have geotechnical engineers as part of civil engineering who understand the strength of the ground and work out if there's no rock there, how can we support the building. In fact, our head of engineering here at La Trobe, that's his specialty, geotechnical engineering. And then you see a lot of concrete around us. In Australia, most of our multi-storey buildings are concrete. That's because concrete's cheaper here than in other countries. In America, for example, you'll find steel is much more prevalent. And if you look behind me, you'll see what's called a castellated steel beam. And these are used commonly in America. So engineers have to design the concrete, design the steel. And here in Bendigo, we've got our concrete testing lab that Vipul Patel operates, and we've got our materials lab where we test the strength of a whole range of different materials. And then we have all of the electrical and electronics in the building. We've got all these bright lights that need electricity and power running through the building, and we've got security on the doors, and we've got communication through the internet all throughout the building. These are all things that engineers have to design. And also, our community generally, but this building as well, depends on running water and sewerage. So all of those things have been designed and built by engineers. Our society would fall apart without engineers. In my own business, Spatial Partners, I employ engineers who are also expert in IT. And we've developed a tool for automating the fibre network design for the National Broadband Network. And just recently we completed a program as well for automatically designing power poles. We've got a lot of power poles throughout Victoria and a lot of them are ageing. And so we've developed software that will assess the damage of the poles and work out what we have to do to strengthen those poles. We've also done a lot of work for local government where we've got handheld devices that go out and capture the data about the street furniture, about the condition of the roads and the gutters and the signs. So they're some of the things that engineers do. And in your training here at La Trobe University, you'll have the access to our labs that I mentioned earlier to undertake your studies and get the practical experience in breaking concrete, bending steel, watching water flow through various structures. Water is very important. In this region, our university has got a footprint that basically goes like a big V from Bundoora all the way up to Mildura on one side and Albury-Wodonga on the other. And in that area, as you know, there's a vast amount of irrigation, a lot of water. And so engineers design those channels, design those pipelines, design those pumps, and on the farm, design the technology that can provide the water to irrigate the plants at the time the plants most need that water. So these are the things that engineers do. Now here at La Trobe University, we've got 3 levels of courses. There's undergraduate degrees, there's master's degrees, and there's PhD degrees. Industrial engineering is relatively new, and we built that course in response to the feedback we were getting from industry. Industry said, we want engineers who can think and who can solve problems, but in a variety of contexts. So here in Bendigo, where we've got a strong manufacturing sector, we're training engineers for companies that manufacture food, manufacture ceramic, manufacture pharmaceuticals. These are businesses that need engineers to build better equipment to make their processing more efficient, to help them be profitable and grow and employ more people. So our industrial engineers work very closely with industry partners like that. And that brings me to, why would you want to study engineering? Well, one of the first reasons is we have a tremendous history of our students being employed. We have a program called the Work Integrated Learning Program, in which students spend the first semester of their 4th year in industry. They're doing real work for real employers and they get paid. And we have found that up to 90% of the students who undertake that part of the course, they end up getting a job with that employer. So the first advantage of studying at La Trobe University is it increases the prospects of you getting a job at the end of the day. The second reason you'd want to study at La Trobe University is we have fantastic staff here. We've got staff from all over the world. I mentioned Vipul before. His experience in concrete and steel design comes from his experience all around the world. We've got Dr. Peter Moore. Peter Moore has developed the satellite technology, camera technology that goes into a satellite, spins around the Earth and looks for bushfires. He's also been involved in placing our work integrated learning students in Germany. We've got students who have worked for BMW in Germany and have come back to Australia and are now working with TELUS on the military vehicles, the Bushmaster and the Hawkeye. We've got Dr. James Maxwell, and he's got amazing experience with spinning fibres that are only 1 molecule thick. And he's worked on projects like bulletproof vests, where you make a material that can absorb the shock, like a car crashing into a tree, but also prevent the bullet from actually penetrating the shield, and so that it saves the life of the person who's wearing it. So we've got amazing staff. You're getting to experience up-to-date technology with world-leading academics. So there you go. Study here at engineering in our new, modern, state-of-the-art engineering laboratories under world-class academics, and we service the region of Victoria. We look forward to talking to you soon. Please contact me, Chris Stoltz, or the Head of Department, Hossam.